It's the Anfield Wrap. John Gibbons, Neil Atkinson with Jurgen Klopp. 24 hours of Jurgen Klopp's life, starting on the 1st of June at 6 p.m, going right the way through to the 2nd of June at 6 p.m. I want to know everything about it, Jurgen. And let's start off with how you were feeling before the match. Now, you can be honest, were you nervous or you just had full faith in the boys?
I was not sure how I will feel, of course, because you don't know before, but everybody knows my little history with finals. So I knew about that. I didn't feel anything about it, but I was not sure how it will be on the match day.
Yeah.
So that when you're alone in the room and sitting there, and I prepared this meeting, but I cannot. So I prepare the meeting most of the time. But I think about. I don't write anything down or stuff like that. But even that you cannot do for 6-7 hours. So. And I was I was surprised, to be honest. I was completely calm, and it's like a little bit like you stand next to yourself and look at you, how it is. And I was completely calm, and I went to my room. I had really a proper 2-hour nap. I didn't think I had that this time, or maybe this last time when I was 16 years old or so, and a proper boof was away, and then I woke up and was still in a really good mood. So I was very positive, excited about the opportunity we got. Not, of course, not sure, but I don't think like this before a game. If I'm sure that we will win, it's always everything is open. That's the situation. So I felt good. Prepared the meeting, went in the meeting, did the meeting, went to the stadium, did what we did, watched the game, enjoyed parts of it.
Which parts did you enjoy?
The goals, the couple of chances. I enjoyed even a couple of Ali saves because this was nice. Our defending was good. A lot of things were good. But that was the football we played that day because of the situation and the general situation, and probably as well because of the early goal we scored. So that's
On the game, were you, because you'd done the week in Spain beforehand, were you really aware how hot it was? Because I think that's the thing that's not been discussed enough after the match, and why both sides played the way they played. It was so hot, and I was in the stadium, and I couldn't believe how hot it was, and I think it did have a massive impact.
Yeah, of course it has. 2 English teams in the heat, like playing in the desert. No, it's true. It was in Spain. It was warm, very warm. But when we were there, somebody told us it will be warmer in Madrid, and we were like, "What? How is that possible?" And then, it's not cool. But the good thing in football is always that your both team have the same circumstances, so that's okay. On the other hand side, it's the only thing what really disturbs a football game. Heat, of course, is difficult. It calms the game down, slows it down, all that stuff. But a dry pitch is the actual problem, to be honest, because then the ball is just not rolling. And then that mostly happens only when it's warm on top, but the pitch was okay. So it was just exhausting for the boys, lack of rhythm, of course, as well. That made the game we saw. I don't even think we should talk about the game, really, because it's not important. I know it was from performance-wise. I played so many finals, and there were probably pretty much all we played better football, but never that mature, never. You don't have that as a manager often, but I was not worried in the game. I don't know how it was when we saw the chance. If you see, Son's shot was really a decent shot. It makes it like, oh, no problem. And when you saw it back, and I think, okay, but I was not even these situations worried. And that was all about the boys, because they really looked ready to do the job. Not to play a sensational game. Everybody will talk about, imagine we 4-4 and we lose in a penalty shoot, and we talk about a performance and are happy about that, but don't have still nothing. So that was maybe the main things we learned last year as a group, how we can win football games in a still footballing manner, of course, but sometimes you have to make sure that nothing happens defensively, and they were really, really solid that day.
Do you look at the players before the game and judge how you think they're feeling, whether they seem like normal or whether they seem kind of different, and kind of adjust how you act?
Before the game, directly not, but in a week before, of course, that's clear. Hours, maybe in a hotel, but it's not that. Look, they're all normal human beings, and they have different emotions, and I sit there, and then sometimes they feel better, and maybe the call from the mom, from the wife, from whatever, and things happen. That's how it is. But the closer we come to the game, we cut that all out. So it's really, when you're in the dressing room, there's nothing else anymore around. And that's I don't look at them like this. I don't judge like that. The week before, of course, the mood is important, but the boys were in a sensational mood over the whole 3 weeks. That's the truth. So they were really ready to do all the necessary things they wanted. we were not scared because you have these two possible views on it. On the one hand side, it's like, wow, another final. And the other side, wow, we again. So, and it was really only the one way, and we were really all looking forward to it, having a chance again. And I think you saw it a little bit with Tottenham. That was their first final. What a good team they are.
Yeah.
And then, but in the final, they could not perform as well. We were actually the only scenario the boys were a little bit worried about is really being 1-0 up, not being 1-0 down, but because that's like, then everybody knows, now we go, machine rolls. But when the good example was the last game of the Premier League, Wolves.
Yeah.
Everything good, brilliant performance, 1-0 up, whoop, from you can win the game, oh, now you have something to lose. This specific moment is really something what changed your mindset, and that's what changed our game. But it didn't happen that Tottenham really come up. We had them really, we hold them away from the most of the time from dangerous areas, and so it was a very, very really grown up football game.
One more little thing on the game. I get your point completely about not talking about it that much, but you mentioned Ali, you mentioned the keeper, you mentioned the way he saves things, and it just makes it look so easy because he just looks to me so aware of where he needs to be at all times. His positioning all the time, to me, is just unbelievable. So there's situations where Tottenham could do a little bit more, but they almost know somewhere this fella's going to be in the right place.
Yeah, it's nothing what you think obvious, conscious. It's of course but it's a security a goalie can give you. And on the other hand side, which let's say other team, I had this situation playing very often against Manuel Neuer with Dortmund. When he was at Schalke, we should have won. It was not Dortmund Schalke, it was Dortmund Neuer. That was unbelievable. And he's made safe, and at the end you lose your nerves. So it's like, then come on. Then you shoot from distance, you hope it's deflected or whatever. So we don't want to make it bigger than it is. He's a brilliant goalie, and in these games, in decisive games, we had so many games where we really needed him, of course. The most spectacular probably than the Napoli game with the last situation. Which was outstanding. But it's just a very calm guy. I had... Yesterday, day before yesterday, I sent him a message. Are you okay? And then he only sent a picture back, him riding a horse with a cowboy hat on. Yes. Yeah. Obviously, still on holiday. And what he should be. And so it's all good. But he's a really calm person.
Final whistle goes, and everyone's watched the video of you in the 7 minutes after the final whistle. And the way you spoke to the Tottenham players, and because I'm not even going to ask what you said because you're all football professionals and you've got to offer them consolation. But you did what everyone did, which was when you looked at Jordan Henderson, you looked at me like you burst into tears, and we were doing the same thing in the stand. I think when everyone looked at Jordan Henderson as he was collapsed, that weight that he's been carrying around as Liverpool captain to get that release, and you grabbed him, and the look on your face was genuinely moving to see all that back. When you think of it now, what was going through your mind at that moment with him?
With him and Robbo's arm. Yeah, obviously between. I didn't think a lot, to be honest, in that moment. It started with the walk to Poch. That was pretty much the first moment when I really realized that we probably will win the game, because you are in the tunnel, you are like... cut out everything. We scored a 2-0. I only saw in the videos after the game that Alberto Moreno just jumped in my back. I knew somehow he was in my back, but I didn't know that it was him. And then when I watched the videos back, then I saw, Albi. Nice. And so I walked to Poch, wanted to show him the respect he deserves for all what he did. And yeah, absolutely. Had a few words with him, and then I walked back and had a look to my family. And from that moment on, I had no clue what I did. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It just all happened. I saw Vertonghen sitting there and didn't want to let him sit there. You cannot have the right words. After the Kiev final, when people asked me, what did you tell the boys or Lois Karius and stuff like that, I didn't speak really, because I'm a big supporter of the thesis that if you don't know what to say, shut up. If you have nothing good to say, then please be silent. And so I had a few words for sure with Vertonghen, with all the other guys, with Heung-min, who I know for a long time, because I really felt for them. That was this strange, pervert feeling that you are constantly between and oh my God, sorry, and it's unbelievable. And it was all there, and so I was only I had this view. I saw only these guys. Just you can see it probably. I saw the video, meanwhile, when I was running, and then I see Ali coming. Yeah, here. And then it was really like this, going somewhere, and then Ali's coming. It was always like, that's why I watched all the videos back. Because you have only this view. That's all what you see the whole time. And that makes it's a better place on a stand, actually. Because you see, oh, look there, and you have only this little one. And that's, so it was really special, most special 7-8 minutes of my life, football-wise, where you just don't know what to do, and everything is wonderful.
We talk lots about Liverpool, and you'll talk lots about Liverpool. But to talk about you and talk about your team, not just you personally, your family, your team, your coaching team. I mean, that is the biggest moment of your career. It's the biggest moment you can have. You've won the biggest prize, and to have that on a personal level, almost putting the Liverpool bit to one side. We'll come on to talk about the sixth thing in a minute, but putting that to one side, to have that sort of that moment, that must have just been spectacular.
Yeah, but I still not have that have not really settled. It's not that I wait for it or whatever. It's just the moment, the final whistle, doing the things. That's the best moment. Celebration with the cup. I touched the cup. I had it, but I didn't ask one time for it. It's not like give it to me, and not because it's on my age group or whatever. It's just that it didn't feel it. I know it's now ours. Cool. And I really liked it how the boys did what they did and all that stuff. Yes, for my family, my two sons are football maniacs. So for them, it's the biggest, the holy grail of football. So it's like, okay, now where we belong, so more or less as a family. And so even Ulla watched the whole summer through videos from, not really game videos, but all these celebration things. And usually I have to... I watch only a video now. On holiday, working all year, and then usually you should maybe look a little bit away from football. But this summer I could watch whatever I wanted. It was great. So, and so yes, as a family, it was brilliant. And the parade, massive, really massive. Ulla on the bin. It was really, really, really cool for the family as well. Yeah.
When you got to do the parade, when you started that bus journey? I mean, it was unbelievable the number of people that you went past, and just getting to see, because we play in front of 55,000 people. Only 55,000 people can get into the ground. That's how many seats there are. There's nothing we can do. And then all of a sudden they open the streets up, and all those players, you get to see exactly what everyone thinks of Liverpool.
We all had the same, from the coaches, we all had the same impression. So that we really thought, wow, unbelievable. And now it's done. And then we turn. And then, wow. and then it started. And I have still no idea how you did it with the sound level. Keep it on one level. It's unbelievable. It was not like, people shouting and then the other one shouting. How does that work? So that was completely overwhelming, completely, it's for a person, too much attention. To be honest, it's not the other thing. It's exactly what I want to be, where I want to be. It's like, okay, all eyes on me or stuff like that. So it's nice, but you cannot. It's stress as well because you cannot get all the eyes, but you want to have eye contact. It's like it's all really. It's too much, but it's the best thing you can ever do. It was unbelievable. Thank you to everybody who was there. I was happy that the weather played a part there. It was not too bad, and so we could really have this moment together. And everybody told me before, and I knew it, of course, that if you win something with Liverpool, it's different to win something with somebody else. And yeah, we got the proof now.
So Bill Shankly has a statue. Bob Paisley's got gates. Kenny Dalglish's got a stand. Have you thought about what you'd like?
Champagne had nothing, right? No. Don't need that. I have a picture on the wall, right? Graffiti.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, done. All good. You don't have to care about that. I don't need things like this.
Oh, I noticed straight after the whistle, Milner does it first. Milner runs to the crowd, and he puts 6 fingers up. And the next day, you do the thing on the bus, which you'll have seen, where you've definitely had a drink, and fair play to you for that.
I hadn't. I know what when I'm pissed, I tell everybody. Everybody knows it. That was not. And maybe I thought it by myself. I should be, but it wasn't. A beer didn't come through to me. It didn't come through to me. I had max 2 over the day. So it was in the morning too
I had
early.
more than that.
I know. Everybody had more than that. No, I was not, but I look like, you're right. But I was not.
Even the night before, last year, there's a video of you after Kiev singing and things like that, and do the song about,
That was already at home again. When we had that song, it was at home. But
Okay.
yes, that's true. I had much more that night.
But in Madrid, so we were at the celebration party, and I thought you seemed quite quiet. You kind of weren't really kind of around too much. What we just wanted to be with your family and just taking it all in.
Yeah. Look, so it was wonderful. It's all about the feeling, not about the party. How it is. It's not about. And I had when we won the double 2012 with Dortmund, I had that much beer that I can't really remember it. That's not good, and that's not good. The celebration. So and then when we really that day I decided it will never happen again. And so but that's not the reason. There was just no reason for it. I was really exhausted. We had a beer in the dressing room with the coaches, which was brilliant. It was not with the boys in the dressing room when they were jumping and singing. It was their moment, all good. Yeah, and when we're sitting there, half naked, having a sip of beer, looking at each other and enjoying having the cup there, this old man all together and this little thing in the it was just a brilliant moment. Then seeing the family, you want to talk, you listen more what they felt through all the time. Had a moment around the stairs. There were some stairs going up in the smoking area, but sitting with Ulla there having a beer and looking at each other. How did that happen? So just not to understand it. And I just was there. My friends came. Yes, I was completely calm and. That was a really good night because these hours when you see it's all in your mind what happened, how we got there. Daniel's goal, Ali's save, each goal we scored, Bobby Firmino, all these things coming up in these moments, and that's what we said when we started all these things. We want to create memories for all of us, and if we look back at that in 10 years and don't smile, then something is wrong with us. That was just a great campaign.
Last one is that pressure of Liverpool. You know, there's a Shankly quote about what pressure is, and pressure's not playing finals, pressure's fighting relegation, and you fought relegation in your career. But there is a thing where Liverpool, it's 18 league titles, it's 5 European Cups, and then those boys know that, you know that, everyone knows that. How do you think that squad now feels? Because they've made it 6 European Cups. That weight's off them. Going into this season now, they can relax a little bit because they've made it 6 European Cups, and now they can try and make it 19 and 7.
Yes, but they cannot relax. The word relax is not involved in these. So it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The Premier League is too hard and too intense and all that stuff. It's the biggest difference between the moment I came in and the moment we have now is. I said that time was nobody likes the team, not even the team likes the team. So that's completely different. So the boys are really look left, look right, see world-class players, and well, no, okay, here's quality. It's a proper challenge, and we need a challenge for who will start, who will come in, blah, blah, blah. That's what we need. It will keep us going as well. The desire, the greed to win more things will keep us going. Yes, the only thing what really changed is that, of course, winning something gives you this kind of confidence. But confidence is only useful if you use it. If you let it happen and you're not really smart in using it, then you can go the other way around. I'm not at least worried, not a little bit worried that could happen to us. I only know there will be a difficult season ahead. And it's not that we constantly should remind ourselves, but it's not so bad because we won last year. We want to win next year, so it's cool. But the cup actually, the trophy is for looking back in 10 years after career, 15 years after career. So, and then look, the best thing is that you cannot really sort out when was that happened. Was that when we won this, or was it when we won that? So that is the thing what you want to do when in 10 years, and not that we can still tell each part of the story of this year. It has to mix up a little bit. So we have to still to collect memories. We have to create stories, and it will happen. Look, if we wouldn't have won it, the Barcelona game is the Barcelona game.
Yeah.
Which is probably the most special football game which was ever played in the world of football. I watched since 47 years football games, and I never saw a more special one, to be honest. Players out, situation, Lionel Messi on the other side, blah, 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 everything. They only needed to score one, stuff like that. And this game, I don't think it will ever happen again. And it's ours. Nobody can take that away as well. I know in that world outside you all talk only about trophies or silverware. But this game is an experience nobody else could make. Only LFC supporters and LFC players.
Cool. Jürgen Klopp, here's to collective memories. Thank you to John, thank you to Jürgen. Collective
thanks
memories,
to
the
you,
best thing to do.
Jürgen, for coming to our football club and coming to our city.
Welcome.